You know what? What if I told you the secret to achieving your biggest goals isn't some crazy complicated system, but just a simple conversation? Well, today, we're going to break down a really powerful blueprint that will help you finally make your goals stick. Let's dive in. Okay, so you know how it goes, right? It's January 1st, you've got these huge ambitions, and then February rolls around and poof, that motivation is gone. We have all been there. It's such a classic problem. But the solution might be way simpler than you think. There's actually a clear 3-step framework to make sure your goals stick.
And this entire blueprint, it's actually hidden in a short chat between two friends, James and Lily. Yeah, their little conversation about resolutions, it reveals the exact framework for success. So let's kind of listen in and see how it all unfolds.
See, it all kicks off with such a simple question. James just gets the ball rolling by asking about resolutions. And you might think, okay, that's pretty basic, but this is the crucial first step. You have to actually articulate your goal, Put it out there.
So let's talk about that word, resolution. What is it, really? Well, at its core, it's a firm decision, and that word, firm, is everything. This isn't just some vague, wishy-washy hope. Nope, it's a conscious commitment you make to yourself. And that decision is the foundation for everything that follows.
So, Lily's goal is a total classic. Get in shape. We all know what that means. But let's be honest. On its own, it's a little vague. It's a great starting point for sure, but it's not enough. And that brings us right to the second, and I'd say most critical, step.
You've probably heard this before, but it is so true. A goal without a plan is just a wish. This next part is all about moving from the what you want to do to the how you're going to do it. This is the exact spot where most people fail, but it's where James and Lily totally succeed. The key word here is strategy. Think of it like your roadmap. It takes a big, kind of intimidating goal and breaks it down into a series of small, manageable steps. Without a strategy, a resolution is just an idea floating out there. So let's see how Lily and James build their plans.
Okay, look at how simple yet powerful Lily's strategy is. She doesn't just say she'll get in shape. She defines how. The action is go to the gym. The frequency is 3 times a week. See, it's specific, it's measurable, and you can actually track it. That is what a winning strategy looks like.
All right, now for James. His goal is to cut down on social media. In other words, just use it less. And just like Lily's goal, it's a great intention. But how does he turn that intention into a concrete strategy? And James's approach is brilliant because it's a different kind of strategy. His action is to remove the temptation by deleting the apps. But he also sets a boundary. This rule only applies on weekdays. This makes the goal feel manageable, not completely overwhelming. It just proves that a specific, well-defined plan is everything. Okay, so you have a goal and a strategy. Now comes the hardest part, actually following through when life gets in the way or your motivation just fades. How do you stay committed?
And there it is, the million-dollar question from Lily. How do you plan to stick to it? This is where the rubber meets the road. Having a plan is one thing. Actually following through is a whole other ball game.
To stick to it is all about finding that inner grit when things get tough. It's about pushing through the discomfort and just staying the course. This mindset is what turns a temporary resolution into a lasting habit. But how do you build it? Well, to understand how to stick with something, we kind of have to understand its opposite, giving up. And this is key. Lily has a plan specifically designed to prevent this from happening. I mean, Lily knows that on a tired Tuesday evening, the temptation to just give up is going to be strong. So what's her secret weapon against quitting? Accountability. By joining a fitness class, she's not just relying on her own willpower. She has a scheduled commitment and people expecting her to show up. It's a brilliant support system built right into her strategy. So let's put all these pieces together. This simple little conversation gives us a complete toolkit for success. Let's do a quick recap of the key components. So here's your toolkit. It starts with a resolution, that firm decision to change. Then you get specific, like Lily wanting to get in shape. Next, you build a strategy, a concrete plan of action, which might involve something you need to cut down on, like James did. And finally, you build a system to help you stick to it, designing a plan that keeps you from giving up. That's the blueprint. So I want to leave you with this. This isn't just about New Year's resolutions. It's about any goal, anytime. Using this simple blueprint, a clear goal, a specific strategy, and a plan for commitment, what is one meaningful resolution you can set for yourself right now?